This gospel is rather interesting. It's a little bit disturbing. We know that Jesus is God. We believe that as Christians. And yet, what does he mean by coming and saying, when they ask him about, oh, how good you are, and he's saying, there's only one who is good, implying that the Father is God and he is not God. That's kind of the implication. And yet we believe in our hearts that Jesus is divine. So what approach could we give to these words? I'd like for you to think just a moment, and I'm not going to give you some big theological thing. I'm not able to do that. But I find in this little phrase a deep insight into the Trinity. And we know that it's Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. We believe in the divinity, one God, three persons. But what happens to understand this statement is that we can see there's a beautiful interaction with the persons of the Trinity. And maybe this is a way of understanding this statement. Jesus is really saying, because I love the Father so much, and because I believe in the power and the empowerment of the Holy Spirit, I want you to think about the Father and not me. It's the real sign of a person that loves. They're continually referring to the other. And in a wonderful way, we find Jesus loving the Father deeply and wanting almost to take the spotlight out of himself in order that the Father may be glorified. And he does this, for example. How should you pray? He didn't say, oh, Jesus. That's not the words that he uses, but he says, our Father. And then we find the Father also loving Jesus. Remember at the baptism and then the transfiguration, the voice of the Father breaks through and says, this is my Son. Listen to him. Follow him. And the Holy Spirit, in this interaction, it's a marvelous thing. Jesus is coming and saying, I've got to go so the Spirit may come and the Spirit may teach you all the things that I've come to you with. So it's like this wonderful, wonderful humility of the persons of the Trinity continually looking at one another. And you and I, who are part of this experience, must follow their example and continually love God, but give glory to one another.